It was different than I had imagined. It was much more of a relaxed, natural, flowing conversation between the client and the counselor. Both counselors seemed to be very flexible, and it was very much a person centered therapy. According to our book, the goal of the therapeutic alliance is support the health and growth of your client. I really felt like both counselors did a great job of showcasing this and showcasing how to really tune into your client and really make sure that the client is opening up and being vulnerable with you. It definitely showed a strong alliance. In the first session, I noticed right away that the counselor used a solar method to encourage the client to open up and feel comfortable sharing their thoughts with them. He was sitting up straight, had open posture, leaned forward, and maintained firm eye contact. He nodded his head while describing her emotions and encouraging her by showing a friendly expression on his face. I also noticed that during the session, the client took a very deep breath, and right away that signaled the counselor to really hone in on that. He read her body language and responded with an open ended prompt to help her open up about why she felt that way and what was happening during those moments. He also paraphrased how she felt and continued to use short, key phrases to get her to open up. Finally, he closed the session by summarizing what her goals were and what they were working towards. I felt a strong sense of empathy, and he felt very natural and very real when discussing things with her. Second session had very similar skills being utilized. In the second session, the client seemed less talkative, and it felt like the counselor was completing more reflection on her feelings. He kept asking her why she was doing this or why she was still doing this and reminding her of her goals, reminding her of the steps that she was wanting to take to really empower her growth and empower her learning, which I thought was really, really awesome. Did notice that her body language seemed to be more closed off, and she seemed hesitant to really open up about how she was truly feeling when these things were happening. Again, he used the domain of social functioning or relating to her not opening up about doing things that she wanted instead of going with what the crowd wanted. According to American Counseling Association, counseling is defined as a professional relationship that empowers diverse individuals, families, and groups to accomplish mental health, wellness, education, and career goals. I thought both counselors did a really great job of doing this. When I read the question about asking which counselor would be a good fit for you, I thought really long and hard about this. For me, I felt the first counselor would be the best fit for me. He did more acknowledgement, he did a lot of positive reinforcement with his facial expressions, and he seemed really encouraging. I'm the type that really thrives on that. I love smiles, I love positive affirmations. I love when people really pay close attention to my body language, to my breathing, and I thought he did a very well job of really being in tune with everything his client was telling him without saying a word. One question I'd really love to ask is, how do you know when to pull back on the open probing statement, and how do you help when those emotions get too high? I really enjoyed this assignment, and this was really eye-opening.